There are some things you must know about a seller to determine whether you can move forward. And we have a little trouble getting this across to folks coming in brand new. They think we can collect half the facts and make a full decision. But we can't. Down at the bottom of the page, I got to know their loan. If I don't know their loan, guys, can you just imagine trying to create a lease option or an owner financing deal, or even taking over the debt if we don't even know what the debt is? I mean, where are we going to go? There's no place to go. If I don't know what the debt is, I don't know how much is owed, I don't know how much equity is in it, I don't know what the monthly payment is, I don't know what to do. So I don't get the answer to the debt, but I'm trying to figure out how to make an offer. How can I make an offer if I have nothing to work with? Without the debt, I have nothing to work with. That debt will determine whether it's a go or a no-go, whether it's over-leveraged or not over-leveraged, whether it's free and clear or not free and clear. It'll determine whether I can make money above the monthly payment or not, and frankly, whether I even want to get into the deal. I'll also determine if they're several months behind, it's pretty much going to take me out of the terms business. I need to know this stuff. So do you. Somebody's got to ask. And sellers who will give us the answer have a chance of us working with them. Sellers who won't are out of here. Game over. Keep your house. Somehow we're going to get through our lives without it. And that's the attitude you better quickly develop. Deal with the people who want to deal with you and whack the rest at lightning speed. I need to know if it needs any repairs. I don't need to have a repair estimate, but is it in great shape? Is it almost in great shape? Or is it in horrible shape? That is absolutely going to determine my entrance and my exit. Of course, I need to know if the payments are current, because if they're not current, that may destroy my plan as if they were current. For example, when somebody calls you with a $200,000 house and their payments are $1,500 a month, and it's worth $2.25, and there are 2 payments behind, can we turn that into a terms deal? Sure, we can take over the debt, bring them current if we want when we get a buyer. We can buy it with owner finance, bring them current now or bring them current when we get a buyer. We still got room, right? Hello? However, what if they're 14 payments behind? Well, there goes any terms deal I want to create. I don't want the deed. I'm 14 payments behind. My goodness gracious, I'm $20,000 behind. Well, I don't want the deed. I don't want to buy with owner financing. I'm still $20,000 behind. I don't want to lease purchase it. They're still $20,000 behind. All my motivation for getting into the deal is gone because they're so far behind. Totally kills the deal. But if I didn't ask how far they were behind, I might spend a week on this thing before I figure it out. I want to know immediately if they're current by asking, may I assume the loan is current? Period. And check yes. Now I don't have to deal with that. I want to know the bedrooms and the baths and the square feet. I want to know the ARV. Now I am going to ask them what they think the ARV is, where it says what the seller thinks it's worth. I want to know what they think. I want to know if they think it's worth more than it is. I want to know if they think it's worth less than it is, because quite often they do. Or if they have done any homework and they have a real good idea what it's worth. I want to know what they're thinking. And then, and only after I have a reason to even care anymore, am I going to go on Trulia or Zillow or some other website to get my own comps. Guys, you don't need comps on a house you're not going to buy. So if the answer is no, 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 do I need comps? No. If the answer is no, 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 there should be a better use for the back of these sheets. You can always take notes on the back of these sheets, because unless you're going to call a nose, that's all they're good for. Now I'm going to warn you again, about a third of your no's are yeses. So before you go throwing them puppies away, if you're not going to call them, could maybe you get somebody else to call them? Yeah, I think you should. All right, especially if I give you the script. I'll think about it. Do it. Okay, I want to know if it's vacant or occupied. That's big to me. Are they going to be much more motivated if they're vacant? Always, yes. And most certainly want to know if it's listed. If it's listed, am I at a dead standstill until we deal with it? There's only 3 things you can do if it's listed. Number 1, get the realtor to release the listing. And guys, you cannot do that. The seller must do that. You call the realtor, there ain't no way they're going to release the listing. Seller must ask. Number 2, wait it out till the listing expires. Well, what if it don't expire for 3 months? Well, my deal is probably dead. We'll follow up 3 months from now. And we have done that many times on higher end houses. Or if somebody's willing to pay the commission, if we do buy it. And that's possible. If there's a boatload of equity in there and I want to protect the deal, I might buy it, try to negotiate the commission down, but be willing to pay it just to protect the lot of equity they're trying to give me. I'm not going to do it, though, unless I got a strong reason to do it. And of course, I wouldn't do that at all until I asked the seller to try to get the realtor to release the listing first. And just so we're clear, is the realtor responsible to release the listing? Do they have to? Absolutely not. And if they don't want to, they don't want to. They have an agreement. You can't ignore that agreement. You can't circumvent that agreement unless you want to wind up in court. Because if you do buy that house and it's listed, that realtor is entitled to a commission. And if they sue you, you will lose. They will sue you and the seller. They will get paid. That's called tortious interference with a contract.